You know, one thing about being a guy in this position is that people take your kindness for weakness. People, they kind of understand that you don't really want trouble. You kind of just want to mind your business. So they'll take that and they'll use that to their own advantage. You know, it sickens me when somebody does something to you that's wrong, something that's messed up, and they don't even acknowledge it. Like it's like they'll disrespect you. They'll do something that's just so disrespectful, and then they don't even acknowledge it, and then they get mad at you for even bringing it up, even though they're the ones that did the whole disrespectful event. It's like they expect you to be like a little dog or to be like some type of little subservient servant forever. They expect you to just eat crap and pass away and not even have any type of dignity or individuality about yourself. And a lot of guys in this position, we get that a lot, because we're quiet. Some of us are quiet, kind of nervous around people and we kind of want to avoid trouble as much as possible. But sometimes we got to be a little aggressive because people can take that, they can take advantage of that. Like, for example, let's say you have like family and your family does something towards you that's disrespectful. Let's say you have um, for instance, let's say somebody in your family, let's say you have some mail coming in and somebody in your family got the mail and they don't like you, so they threw it in the trash or whatever, right? And you find out about that, but you try to keep the peace. Like you tell some other person, and that person just kind of doesn't, they kind of just, just to keep the peace. They don't really, spark any embers. But then you turn around and tell that person, or that person tells you, well, whatever's missing, I'll pay for it. I'll do this. I'll do that. If anything's missing, I'm sorry about that. They're like, okay, that's cool. Okay, how about, it's all good because I still got my product, even though it's through the trash. How about you just give me some ice cream or something like that? And maybe some chapstick or something like that the next time you go to the store. Some ice cream, some chapstick, something like that. And then that person, they'll forget the chapstick. You like, damn, what happened to the chapstick? Oh, I forgot about that. And then they'll get the ice cream, and then they'll tell you, okay, I got some ice cream, but it's mine. Don't eat it all. And it's like, what the heck? It's like, weren't you kind of like shouldn't that ice cream be mine? Like, because of like me being so good, not going off on that other person who took my mail, threw it in a trash can, and was acting like a total ass. It's like that person never gets in trouble. That person never ever gets held for their responsibilities. But what I'm saying is like me being so nice about it, about my mail getting, thrown to the trash, 'cause that's a true story, like, what I'm saying is some real shit. So me being so cool about my mail, like you're not supposed to open up somebody's mail, look at it, and then throw it in the trash. Like, I think that's illegal, right? And for me not to snap or go crazy and just keep my cool, like, your family would just like think that, oh, you're supposed to do that, like you're supposed to be disrespected like that and not say anything, and they'll do little things like that towards you, pick on you and pick at you, and they wonder why you act a certain way. It's kind of like a respect thing, it's like if this person was the snap or go crazy, the person everybody's talking about, calling a loser and calling a failure, if this person was to snap and lose their mind and get physical, then all of a sudden everybody wants to, act like that's the worst thing that can happen. But sometimes your family gets used to disrespecting you. Your friends get used to disrespecting you, and once they get used to disrespecting you, it doesn't stop. Once somebody has a taste of disrespecting you and making you feel small and making you feel like you're not wanted, they're going to keep on doing it. And they don't care, like, and especially if you don't have no accomplishments in life, they don't care if you're family, they don't care if you share the same blood. If you're a failure in their eyes, they don't care about you, and they're going to tease you and laugh at you and make jokes about you behind your back, hell, even in your face. And there's nothing you can do about it. But it's the disrespect that really gets nerve-wracking, when you get disrespected all the time, when all you want is peace and tranquility, but you don't get no peace or no tranquility. Instead, all you get is war and destruction, corruption. You get talked to like you're nothing. You get all this evil. You get all this crap that's going on. You know, it sucks how the people that want the most peace, the people that just want to mind their business, are the people this world seems to want to mess with the most. But You got to watch out for that, man. You got to have some type of self-respect about yourself and some dignity, because if you don't, people are going to take advantage of it. And I know it's hard. It's hard for me, like when somebody is like very rude to you, like you try to like preserve the peace, but sometimes that can backfire because you being too happy or too nice and not letting people know that you're mad about that. You're not letting people know that you're mad. That tells them that, oh, it's okay. So every time we disrespect him or talk about him, he doesn't say anything, so we can keep on doing it and doing it. And when your family understands that, they'll keep talking about you. They'll call you a loser to your face, and hell, it can probably get physical. When people don't respect you, they tend to say whatever they want towards you and tend to treat you any type of way they want. When people don't care about you like that because they're judging you off of your accomplishments. And a lot of us in this position, we don't have that many accomplishments. So because we don't have much accomplishments, people kind of look at us as just failures or losers or rejects. And, that social isolation can just lead to, eternal devastation, honestly. And it leads to altering your mood and altering your character. There's only so long you can go when you can just keep getting shitted on by everything in life, when the world just keeps attacking you, you know? But when you let people kind of, it's like, when you treat people that you're nothing and you're not a threat and you don't do anything, and when people know that you don't have no place to go, you don't got no place to live, you're homeless, and they still kind of treat you like you're crap because they know that you don't have no place to go, so they're trying to get you in trouble so like you can fight them, so you can get sent to jail, or they can do this, that, and this, so you can get thrown here or thrown to prison or whatever. Like they're trying to provoke you when you're already at your bottom. These people are evil bastards and they're assholes. And these are not the type of people that you should ever find yourself around. But people like us always find ourselves around people like this. And it's like, okay, this is not random. This is orchestrated, point blank, period. I'm tired of being in this position, man. I'm tired of like having people have power over me. And they have power over every aspect of my life, right? And even being a quote unquote adult, even when you have a job, your job has control over you as well. You can't piss your job off for it. They're going to cut the money off by firing you, and then you're trapped and destitute. I dream of a realm and a reality where we actually have power in our own hands, and good people are not taken advantage of, because when you open up and you show your emotional weaknesses, people, they tend to try to pick at that, Like if people know that you're kind of insecure about being short, they're going to try to pick at that, right? People are predators, and people get mad when the tables turn on them. It's fine when they're the bully, but when the tables turn on them, all of a sudden, they want to they want to cry and complain. I don't know, bro. It's like this world is meant to piss you off, man. It's like when you're a guy in this position, nobody cares about your emotions or your feelings. They don't care if they hurt you. Like you can go through like they can disrespect you, and anybody else in that situation would have snapped. That lets me know, man, because a lot of our situations is like, it's like customized for us. Like this person that's talking crap about me, he's never going to have any power over any other man like this in his life ever. You know what I mean? It's like he has power over, quote unquote, power over me, but there's no other man that's going to be up under him, sitting up under his house or doing something like that. It's like this, that like, or just chilling somewhere, like being under somebody's power. That's one thing that I can't stand, because people feel like they can treat you any type of way, they can talk to you type of crap, and they don't care how many good things you do to them, how many times they disrespected you and crapped on you. They don't care about that. The second you fight back or you say something, try to defend yourself, and your defense is totally logical. The second you fight back, then you're the bad guy, then you're the one that's being targeted, then it flips on you. So it's like you got to just take their crap. That's called being a slave. When you constantly have to gauge your master or your opponent's emotions and see if their emotional fluctuation can lead to your devastation, right? If your master's happy, then you're happy. If your master's mad, then you're mad. If your master's sad, then you're sad. It's like, who wants to live like that? Who wants to always be under somebody's thumb and rule, who obviously don't care about you? They obviously picked a person who they care about more, and that person's an asshole, you know? If that girl that leaves you picks another guy or whatever, then let her. No need to chase it. When somebody makes a distinction of who they want to be with and who they want to be around, you have to respect it. When you're a guy in this position, you're just thrown to the wolves. Like you don't have no type of strong friend foundation. You probably don't have a strong relationship, with your family or whatever, because your family looks to you as a loser and a failure, and they talk about you all the time. And that makes life even just unbearable when you think about it. When you think just people around you are talking about you, talking shit about you, actively trying to destroy you, taking your mail and throwing your mail in a trash can and expecting you not to do nothing or get mad about it. Actively doing stuff like that, actively destroying property that you paid for, and you can't and they know that you can't lay a finger on them because if you do, you go to prison. You know, and then all you ask for is just like maybe some ice cream or something like that, and then you can't even have that because the person doesn't even respect you enough to know that you held back when that person did that negative thing towards you, but you're so nice that you just let it go. And the more you let it go, the more acceptance it gets. And when people just look at you and target you, you know, it's one thing I noticed, man. Like the more you let people walk all over you, the more they do it. The more you seem like you're not going to do anything, or you're non-violent, the more people just it gives them an okay. Like, this guy ain't gonna do nothing. I can do this and that. And this guy ain't gonna do nothing. Like people do that. People are predators. People have a predatory mindset. And when they see that you don't defend yourself quickly or efficiently enough, that's when they turn their blades at you. And it's ridiculous. Who in the right mind wants to live like this? Where you're not even respected, where the people around you who put you through the most hell don't even respect the strength and the tenacity and veracity that you have going through the stuff that they put you through. They put you through hell. But then if you just want a little bit of peace or a little bit of refreshment, they get mad at you. And if you try to defend yourself and say, hey, that was wrong, what happened to me was wrong, then they get mad at you for pointing it out. How does that even make any sense that you're blamed for a lot of things in your life, and you're just reacting to how people treated you, how people people dismiss your emotions, when you're a guy in this position? No one cares. No one cares if you haven't got laid in a decade. No one cares if you never had a girlfriend. No one cares if you've never been on a date. No one cares if you never went to prom, never graduated high school. No one cares if you're homeless. When you're a guy in this position, no one cares about you. The world doesn't care about you. So you have your back against the wall, literally at all times, and there's nothing you can really do about it. You can try to level up, but after a certain age, it just seems pathetic. This world is not designed for people to fail, this world is not designed for people that failed to climb out of their failure. So this world is not designed for people that really fail and really fail in hard times to come back easily. I'm not saying the comeback is impossible. What I'm saying is the comeback's going to be a major obstacle. It's going to be something that's going to be like, wow, this is absolutely ridiculous. But I don't know, man. It goes to show you, man. It's when you're in this position where you're not respected, people do not respect you. Because they look at you like a failure. So they don't. So they treat you like a doormat. You're easy to walk on, step on, talk to crazy, disrespect. They'll eat your food. Let's say you got some food in the refrigerator. They'll eat your food and then dare you to say something, and it's like, damn, if you say anything like wrong, like people love having power over people. It seems like, especially people are predators. People love having power over people that are like homeless or people that are in a bad position. They love having power over that person. But if that person was to ever rise and gain power over them, then all of a sudden they're going to be very mad and very, and then all of a sudden they're going to be mad, but they're going to try to act like they always had that person's back. It's like, if I blew up and became a rich and famous rapper, watch everybody try to be my friend. Even people who didn't even like you. Watch them come out of the woodworks to try to be your friend and say they watch your videos and they watch you evolve and this, that, and this, and they blah, 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 blah. They always, it's just so fake, man. You're who's real when you're at the bottom and you have nothing. You don't have anything to your name. The people treat you with some respect and dignity, right? When somebody takes your kindness for weakness, like when they see that you could snap on them and you got you have every legitimate reason to snap on them, and yet you don't. And they take that for weakness. Like they see that, okay, he doesn't say anything. If I eat his food, he doesn't say anything. If I throw away his mail, he doesn't say anything. If I call him a loser, if I bang on his door, if I do all this, if I do that, if I attack him, if I do this, like he doesn't say anything. If I try to do this to him, he doesn't say anything. He lets me just keep doing it. That's going to train them that they can do whatever they want towards you. And the minute you speak up, especially if you're somebody that doesn't have anywhere to go. The minute that you speak up, they try to throw you out, kick you out. They try to threaten you and stuff like that because that's the little power they have over you. You know, it sucks when you're a guy in this position and you have no power. You have no power, you have no motivation, you have no dedication, you just have frustrations and lack of sexual alleviation. It's not good to be without power as a man. I think, men like having power is like way more important than it is to women because women they can attach themselves to a powerful man and they can become, powerful. They can be uplifted. But a man, you know, you can't really I mean, you can attach yourself to a powerful woman or whatever, but it's not the same. Like it's expected for the man to be the caregiver and provider, not the woman. So it's expected for the man to make more than a woman. So the man can be the provider. He can provide for the kids, provide for the woman, provide for the home, provide for the security, make sure they have no instability economically, make sure they live a good life, right? But in this world, man, like you get attacked on all angles, man. Like this, it's just so frustrating. It's so frustrating to be involved with this world. It's so frustrating to just go through certain things in life and have people just tell you that it's nothing or they don't even appreciate how you don't snap on them because you have every right to snap on certain people if they keep on mistreating you and keep on attacking you. But the second that you do that, then you're the person that's going to is going to retaliate and hit you harder than anything, right? You know, it's it's very interesting to say the least how this world can find certain targets of people and you keep going through the same shit over and over again. The same things you were going through when you were a kid. You went through it as a teenager. You went through it as a young adult. You went through it as an old man now. And it seems to follow you. Girls laughing at you, not having enough money, being depressed, being poverty stricken, being trapped in the same position. It seems to follow you everywhere you go. And it's like that can't be a coincidence. There has to be some entity that's an enemy to humanity that's attacking us. That's just, it's like outside the room is doom. As soon as you leave your room, it's doom. Outside of it is doom. Point blank, period. It's a horrible world out there. A world filled with terror. A world filled with lies. A world filled with people that are just trying to attack you. And when you really think about it, this whole design of existence, this wasn't done by something that wanted our best interest. This was designed by something that wanted us to suffer, that wanted us to feel small. Because a lot of our problems come from us feeling small. Not being able to get that girl, not having enough money, not being able to compete in the quote unquote workforce, not being able to have certain things, and not being able to just live and survive and thrive. A lot of this, it comes from a lack of feeling empowered. It comes from being in a world where only those that are lucky get to really thrive and survive, and those that don't have much are pretty much screwed. This life is absolutely brutal.